Mutualism is the interaction between the two different species or two different populations, right? In which both gets benefited, right? यहाँ पे दोनों को फायदा होगा. Some examples are lichen. Lichen is very good example. This is nothing but the interaction between the algae and fungi. We have learned earlier also. And another example is mycorrhiza, right? So mycorrhiza, this is also very good example and very super hit example, we can say, for the exam point of view. So mycorrhiza is the interaction between the fungi and the roots of the higher plants, right? So this is another example of the mutualism, right? So many other examples are also there. We come through those examples, right? So here also the interacting organisms, they co-evolve themselves, right? जैसे parasitism में कैसे co-evolution हुई थी, तो यहाँ भी कुछ इस तरह से co-evolution हुई. But the thing is that they are not harming each other, they are beneficial to each other, right? So how it is beneficial and what are the different examples that we learn, right? So Angelina, please read.
Mutualism. This interaction confers benefits on both the interacting species. Lichens represent an intimate mutualistic relationship between a fungus and photosynthesizing algae or cyanobacteria. Similarly, the mycorrhizae are associations between fungi and the roots of higher plants. The fungi help the plant in the absorption of essential nutrients from the soil, while the plant in turn provides the fungi with energy yielding carbohydrates.
Yes, okay.
The most
So just a minute. So lichens and the mycorrhiza, right? So lichen is the interaction between the fungus and the algae, or we can say the cyanobacteria, right? So here what happens, the fungus, they provides they absorb, they increase the surface area so that they can absorb the moisture from the atmosphere as well as the minerals. And algae, they photosynthesize. Cyanobacteria, they photosynthesize since they are having chlorophyll. So both will interact, and very intimate relationship is there in between them, and that is called lichen. Another example is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is fungi and roots of the higher plants. So here what the fungi will do, so fungi, they again provide the or increases the surface area for the absorption of the nutrients from the soil as well as the water, right? And plants, they do photosynthesis, they provide carbohydrate for the fungi to grow, they provide the space for growing the fungi in their roots, right? So both gets benefited, right? Plant as well as the fungi. So mycorrhiza is another very good example of mutualism. Okay, yeah, we started from here.
The most spectacular and evolutionarily fascinating examples of mutualism are found in plant-animal relationships. Plants need the help of animals for pollinating their flowers and dispersing their seeds. Animals obviously have to be paid fees for the services that plants expect from them. Plants offer rewards or fees in the form of pollen and nectar for pollinators and juicy and nutritious fruits for seed dispersers. But the mutually beneficial system should also be safeguarded against cheaters, for example, animals that try to steal nectar without aiding in pollination. Now you can see why plant-animal interactions often involve co-evolution of the mutualist. That is, the evolutions of the flower and its pollinator species are tightly linked with one another. In many species of fig tree,
just a minute, यहाँ पे मैं कुछ बता दूँ. So mutualism, you can also see the relationship between even the plant and animals, right? What we discussed earlier, lichen and mycorrhiza, is the interaction between plants only. right? Plant and fungi we can say, but here the plant and animal can also interact. So the pollination, many insect, many animals are working as a pollinator for the plants, as well as the dispersal of the fruit, dispersal of seed actually. And for that, the animals has to be paid also, right? In the form of nectar, like honeybee, they are having nectar, right? And they are having juice, nutritious fruit. Many organisms, they just mango. We have to that pulp we are eating, right? And then finally we throw the seeds. सीड को हम थ्रो कर देते हैं, तो थ्रो करने से वो कहीं पे जर्मिनेट करेंगे और अपने पॉपुलेशन को बढ़ाएंगे. सो दिस इज अ मैकेनिज्म ऑफ डिस्पर्सल. सो दे आर पेइंग फी आल्सो इन प्लेंट्स, सर्विसेज पेज, वो पे में करते हैं, राइट? बट sometimes the cheaters are also there, right? Sometimes, right? तो चीटर के अगेंस्ट भी वो काफी सारे ऐसे कंट्रीवेंसेस करके रखते हैं, राइट? तो बहुत सारे एनिमल्स क्या होते हैं कि आई मीन एनिमल्स, इंसेक्ट और अदर एनिमल्स, दे आर नेक्टर स्टीलर. चोरी करने के लिए आते हैं, वो पॉलिनेशन नहीं करेंगे, वो क्या करेंगे? नेक्टर स्टील करेंगे विदाउट एडिंग पॉलिनेशन, राइट? सो प्लांट ऑल्सो इवॉल्व अगेंस्ट दोज चीटर्स, राइट? बट चीटर्स आर ऑलवेज चीटर, ओके? तो वहां पे वो भी अलग अलग तरह से चीटिंग करने के मैकेनिज्म ढूंढ के लाते हैं, राइट? सो हियर ऑल्सो वी कैन सी that plants and the animals, they interact and they evolve simultaneously. Co-evolution is there. इनका भी क्या हुआ? Co-evolution हुआ, right? अलग अलग flowers के, अलग अलग insect के, अलग अलग animals के, they evolve simultaneously. Co-evolution is there. Okay, okay, next पढ़ो. कुछ और example देखेंगे co-evolution के. आगे बढ़ो. Are you listening to me? Yeah. आवाज नहीं आ रही, यहाँ से पढ़िए फिर से. हाँ, फिर से यहाँ से.
In many pieces of fig.
Yeah. In many species of fig tree.
In many species of fig trees, there is a direct one-to-one relationship with the pollinated species of wasp. This means that a given fig species can be pollinated only by its partner wasp and other species. The female wasp uses the fruit not only as an oviposition, uses the developing seeds within the fruit for nourishing.
Okay, fruit for nourishing
its larvae. The wasp pollinates the fig while searching for suitable egg-laying sites. In return for the offers as wasp larvae.
Okay, so in return for the favor of pollination, the fig offers the wasp some of its developing seeds as food for the developing wasp. Okay, so this is another example of coevolution. So how they evolve. So here they are giving a very good example of the fig tree, right? So fig tree are very precise for their pollination. So they always prefer to have pollination by some species of wasp, right? Here you can see the figure. No, not this figure. So this is the figure where this figure, right? So this is the fig, the mutual relationship between the fig tree and the wasp, right? So fig flower is pollinated by the wasp, right? And another is the wasp laying egg in the fig fruit, right? So these are this is the cross section of the, I mean this is the flower. So this is the wasp, right? Here wasp is there, right? And wasp, many wasp, I mean developing wasp, these are the larvae of the developing wasp, right? So they are giving the site for their developing larvae, right? So here the fig is always pollinated by the wasp, so only by its partner wasp the species, no other species is required for the pollination. So female wasp uses the fruit not only for the oviposition, right? I mean, not for the laying the egg site, but also uses the developing seeds within the fruit for nourishing the larvae. See how intimately the evolution takes place. One can imagine, right? कि कहाँ पे इंसेक्ट है कहाँ पे प्लांट है, राइट? दूर दूर तक कोई सिमिलैरिटी नहीं दिखती है, बट द इवोल्यूशन इज देयर इन अ वे दैट द लार्वी, द डेवलपिंग लार्वी, they eat or they have something which is there inside the seed of the fig tree, right? So fig seeds, जो developing fig seed, the developing seeds within the fruit for nourishing the larvae, then only the larvae will develop, right? So wasp pollinates the, and in that course what, ये तो सब benefit मिला किसको? Wasp को. And in that course what happens actually? The wasp pollinates the fig inflorescence while searching the suitable egg-laying site inside the fruit, inside the flower. Okay. In return, for the favor of pollination, the fig offer the wasp some of its developing seeds. किसके लिए? तो larval development के लिए, as the food for the developing wasp larvae. See how intimately the relationships are there. One can imagine, right? Okay. This is the good example of mutualism, right? Okay. Okay, so you read here, यहाँ से पढ़ो, orchids.
Orchids show a bewildering diversity of floral patterns.
Okay, no problem. You don't read actually. Your voice is not clear, essentially, no? Okay, आपका voice बहुत कट रहा है.
Have
Okay, मैं खुद ही यहाँ पे आपको line by line बता देता हूँ. So orchids they also show a very huge diversity in the floral pattern. This is the orchid flower, right? ये orchid flower है, and they are having huge diversity in the floral pattern, right? We are using orchid as a decorative plant, right? And they along with many insects, they evolve very intimately, so which have evolved to attract the right pollinating insect, right? I mean their flowering pattern like bees and bumblebees, right? Bees and bumblebees, ये दो याद रखना. Okay, and ensure the guaranteed pollination by it. Okay, this figure 13.8. Not all orchids offer reward. The Mediterranean orchid, याद रखना ये example, Mediterranean orchid, Orpheus employs the sexual deceit to get the pollination done by the species of bee, right? Mediterranean orchid, they employ the sexual deceit to get the pollination done by the species of bee. One petal of its flower bear an uncanny resemblance to the female of the bee in size, color, and making. The male bees are attracted to what it perceives as a female, and this is called pseudo copulation. बहुत important. ये पूछा हुआ NEET में example. Right. What happens actually? This male bee attracted to the orchid flower, right? So orchid flower evolve in a way that they looks very similar to the female. See how the evolution, co-evolution, what is the strength of the co-evolution, that flower or flowers petal और flower की जो pattern है वो कैसा दिख रहा है? फीमेल की तरह दिख रहा है. तो मेल बीज वहां पे आते हैं कॉपुलेशन करने के लिए, बट एक्चुअली क्या होते हैं, दोज आर द फ्लावर, और इस चक्कर में क्या होता है वहाँ पे फ्लावर की पॉलिनेशन हो जाती है, ये फ्लावर टू फ्लावर घूमते रहता है, एक फ्लावर पे आया, अट्रैक्ट हुआ फीमेल समझ के, दूसरे पे अट्रैक्ट हुआ, तीसरे पे गया, एंड इन दिस वे दे पॉलिनेट them, right? So this is called pseudocopulation, right? So with the flower, so and during that process is dusted with the pollen from the flower, when this same bee, or that is called pseudocopulates, so pseudocopulates बोल सकते हैं, with the another flower, the transfer of pollen to it, and thus the pollination of flower occurs. Okay, hence you can see how the co-evolution operates. This is very, tight kind of evolution. Actually, both are having sense of evolution in a way that they can cooperate each other, right? So if the female bee's color pattern changes even slightly for any reason during the evolution, pollination success will be reduced unless the orchid flowers co-evolve to maintain the resemblance of its petal to the female, है ना? मतलब यदि थोड़ा बहुत भी यदि फीमेल का कलर चेंज हो जाता है बाय द वे, तो यहाँ पे फिर से ऑर्किड की जो पॉलिनेशन है, जो स्यूडो कॉपुलेशन करके पॉलिनेट कर रहा है, that will be, the success will be reduced, right? तो you can imagine how tightly they co-evolve, बिल्कुल pattern 100% same है, so that the male gets confused, right? So this is called pseudo copulation. Okay, so huge resemblance, uncanny resemblance is there, okay, between the female size as well as the flower petal. Okay, so this is the example of the, I mean, these are the examples which is there in our book, which is to the mutualism.